A curious decision to go for it doesn't pan out. And it's gutsy to go for it in the red zone. The problem there is they were in their own red zone. Why in the world did they do that?
They must have thought they had the exact play call that they needed to go a big way. And I'm still not even buying that one. I'm reaching.
You're searching.
Actually reaching. But I do know this. On the other side of the field.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown. Jaguars. Austin Safarian-Jenkins. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. Yeah, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The loss in the lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he's able to hold on to the football. They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling. And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage. They'll try and throw for it here. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface. I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call that they don't care about the situation. They think that that play, at that time, they're going to run it and pick up whatever they need. So maybe that's what influenced him there. I'm guessing because I have no other explanation. Yeah, that's tough. Own side of the field, that chunk of yardage to pick up. Head scratcher. That. Last catch short of the marker by just a yard. Leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll look to throw. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll set up to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Timmy Jernigan in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. And Lambo will put this one through, but hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points.
Roughing the kicker, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Brought down by Nate Gary.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Back to throw here. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll go with a big bank Fournette. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. So the defensive front holding strong there on 4th and inches.
And how about the battle of big people up front? That turned into a leverage game, didn't it? Defensive linemen, they won it. Lower than the offensive guys, pushed them back, knifed through, and made a great play.
Had a decent move, but brought down quickly just outside of the 5-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
Well, the fans should be applauding this defense right now. It's an excellent job. They force a 3 and out, and they should be able to set up their guys with great field position, probably near midfield or better.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Back to throw now on first down. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. A nice pickup on first down, 7 yards.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Looking to throw. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Whipping left side, and he's got a man. It's Lee. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down at about the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
He'll check this one off to Fournette. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it's a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Dumps it off to Fournette. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll look to throw here.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. Bortles in the offense remains put on the field. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll drop the throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Play right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense as that fell harmlessly to the ground. On second down, here's Fournette. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Now back to throw. Going deep. They got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And a big 32-yard play on third. On play action, they'll throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff him for a loss. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's fourth down. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Here we go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Well, they were 2 for 3 on 4th down tries. Now they're unsuccessful. That brings them down to 50%.
But that's a percentage you have to feel pretty good about. You know, 2 for 2 for 3 before that. They finally get stopped again. That's okay. That's the type of team that'll keep pressing. In this situation, they'll continue to go for it. On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
He'll look to throw. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. So certainly an interesting call there to go for. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. Now a play fake here on first down. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Bortles on the give to Fournette. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits, and just fire over the...
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up first and goal.
And they pick up the first down on a fourth down play. I don't know if the defense relaxed because they thought maybe they'd stopped them on third down, or if they just didn't protect the sticks very well. But, boy, that's a big-time pickup right there.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's third and goal.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much, unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Third touchdown pass of the game for Blake Bortles. And the Jaguars have moved out in front. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Lambo to add on the extra point. Point after by Lambo, up and good. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a handoff looking right. Ajayi escapes him, and he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield and spilling everything.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
Well, add that play to his resume reel because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration, and throw people for losses.
Come on now, let's go.
Back-to-back running plays, putting them in negative territory. What can they do coming up on 3rd and 15? And this is going to be incomplete. Jalen Ramsey, the all-pro corner there defensively for Jacksonville.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, No good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Complete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Complete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick went for it in that game, right, against Indianapolis on the road, and everybody said, why'd you go for it there? I think he just thought to himself, on the other side, if they get the ball, they're going downfield anyway. He was trying to end the game right there with his own offense.
Now he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering where it's going to go.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Mike Wallace, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Derek Barnett in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Over the middle, complete. It's called. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the play.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. Tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Niles Paul, the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So they pass on the chance to kick the go-ahead field goal, and that may be one they're going to regret big time.
And I think the head coach is going to have some explaining to do, right? Because in this situation, you kick the field goal to give yourself that chance at victory. By going for it, maybe you're saying you don't trust your field goal kicker, or maybe he knows something we don't. Maybe the kicker's hurt. So there'll be a lot of questions in the post-game press conference.
Makes the rest of this 4th quarter and the rest of this game very interesting.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time, and it's 3rd and 5.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
And that is incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there.
All right, let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys are always taught, find the first down sticks and make the play. Well, on defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
Flushed out right. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions are giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. And that is incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied 4th quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game 4th quarter makes this thing a little bit more interesting. Fournette, a first down carry, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
Offside. Defense.
So they lost yardage and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this.